Hi, Delores here with another Sweeping Saturday. Today I'd like to talk to you about distractions and not distracting your opponent when they are getting ready to play. There are a number of things that can cause distractions, and it's not a good idea to assume that because you aren't distracted by something, it means that other people will also not be. So we have to take that into consideration. The first thing I wanted to talk to you about is when you are in the hat getting ready to throw a shot, and the other team who's standing at the hog line decides that would be a good time to go across the sheet. That can be very distracting for somebody who is just getting ready to throw a shot. So once there's somebody in the hack, you should stay where you are. If you notice that the skip is holding the broom on that side of the sheet, that's fine. Just try to stand very still and back as far as you can. You may even need to take a step back onto the sheet beside you if the coast is clear there. Okay, so that's one thing. Another way, or another form of distraction for your opponent is when the skip or the vice is behind the skip who has control of the house, and they're moving a lot or talking a lot. So if I'm standing here and you're in the hack at the other end getting ready to throw, trying to focus on my broom, if the other people behind me have a lot of movement, they're talking, moving their arms, that kind of thing, that can be very distracting for the person who's in the hack getting ready to throw the rock. So if you're standing behind the other skip who has control of the house, make sure that you're standing very still, you're not moving your arms, and you're holding your broom up off the ice, just to make sure you're not distracting the person who's getting ready to throw. Another way that your opponent can be distracted is if you are standing in the playing area when you don't have control of the house. And so you don't even need to be moving. If I'm standing here while Janet is trying to throw, even if I'm not moving, I'm in her peripheral vision, and that can be very distracting for somebody who's throwing. Again, like I said before, it may not be distracting for you, but you don't know that that isn't a distraction for the other person. So make sure that when the other team has control of the house and someone is trying to throw a shot, you are standing between the hog lines on the sideline, well out of sight and out of range of the person who's throwing. Something else that you need to be aware of is if your team finishes your game early, so if I'm playing on sheet 3 here and I finish my game early, I'm ready to exit the arena and I start walking, I come to sheet 2 and Janet is in the hack getting ready to go. I have to stop here at the sidelines, wait for her to throw her rock, and then once she's released her rock, now I can go. Okay, so make sure that you're not walking across the sheet when somebody is in the hack in the process of throwing a rock. So these are just some of the ways that the other team can be distracted by their opponent during a game. So the point of this is to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of where you are in the game. If your team doesn't have control of the house, be aware of the other team and make sure that you don't do anything that will cause distraction to that team.